force to help protesters who cannot afford that high bond get out of jail.
Talk to me about what happened with your client that allowed for that warrant to be, or those charges rather, to be dropped. Is that what I
That was that's more of a question for the state at this time. That's more of a question for the state. It was a call. There was a discussion with the state, and they rescinded the warrants. So that's more of a question for them.
Jeneisha, how's this encounter with law enforcement left you feeling?
Again, I made a tweet saying that if anything happens to me, I did not kill myself. And so again, in the spirit of Sandra Bland, in the spirit of Pamela Turner, in the spirit of Breonna Taylor, who women have been assaulted and even murdered by the police, I did not want to be another number. So I was left in fear and in disgust with Tennessee law enforcement and this state in general.
You said you were out at Saturday's rally. You were peacefully protesting.
Yes.
What went through your head when you found out the charges you were facing that were later dropped? That's why we're talking right now. What went through your head when you found out that you were charged?
I was actually shocked because I did lead and speak at a very peaceful protest. I was not involved in any vandalism. I was not involved in any rioting. And that's that. Yeah.
Now, when you went to your today, what was it like? I mean, what was the attitude like for you? What was your interaction?
Well, this is my third time being arrested for my activism here in Tennessee. And so it's not a foreign feeling because I have had to turn myself in a few times. And so that just goes to show the dynamic between Tennessee's politics and activism here in Tennessee.
And we're live right now. I want you to tell our audience, tell us your first and last name for me.
My name is Jeneisha Harris, Jeneisha Harris, Harris.
Talk to me about the response you've gotten on that tweet again.
It's been overwhelming. I've had celebrities reach out to me. The City Girls, which is a ginormous group in the Black community and beyond. People like people from the Cowboys, NFL teams. So many different celebrities have reached out, and they are watching Tennessee. They are listening to Tennessee, and they are watching the activism that the residents of this state is participating in. So the love has been overwhelming, and I do want to take this time to say that I support each and every one of you so much. I've gained about 5,000 followers within the past hour. The tweet that I made about not killing myself actually has about 20,000 likes on Twitter. And so the response has been super overwhelming, but it's attention that we need to put on this movement and the people that are participating in the movement.
You just said the world is watching Tennessee. When you look out and you see today's rally and you see the diversity in the crowd, what do you hope the message is coming out of Nashville specifically and hopefully the rest of the state?
Tennessee is a very peculiar state. Obviously, we are in the South, and a lot of these issues derived here in the South. So Tennessee and specifically, and Nashville and specifically, is a very special place. And so I am sad. Today was the funeral of George Floyd, who, this uproar started about him and around him. And so having to deal with that and then, having to turn myself in today, it's just been a really long day. But I'm in a very mixed emotions of state. I'm sad. I am happy that people are witnessing and learning about the evils of white supremacy and the evils of this system. And so I'm in very mixed emotions right now.
Ms. Harris, can I ask how old you are?
23 years old.
What's your next step? What do you do now?
Next steps, that's a great question. So I have been on podcasts and interviews all week talking about next steps. So if you have not noticed, LA, the mayor of Los Angeles, actually just defunded the police. They rescinded $100 million from their police force, and I urge Mayor Cooper, wherever you are, to do the same thing. The first step is to defund the police, to demilitarize the police, to put more education programs, to increase healthcare, mental health care policies reform. There are so many things that we need to do, but the first step is to be educated. If you follow me on Instagram, I have a book list that people can learn about how the issues work, because in order to